I hear the takeaways. We've had this good conversation today, Adam, and they're like, all right, where do I start though? What's my first move? What do you think that first step needs to be?
Definitely. So it was kind of, to your point, recognizing that it's kind of, I guess, segueing off of those three takeaways is I would recommend that, you have a monthly meeting. You could do it less, you could do it more, but, just in general, take 1 hour out of your month, sit with the team and say, hey, what are the administrative functions that we're doing every day that take a long time? Get a short list of what those functions are across your team, and then spend another hour, another 30 minutes, maybe the next month, maybe in that same month, looking for solutions that can solve for those issues to have a more effective day-to-day, have a more streamlined day-to-day. Technology is there to support you. So those would be my action items. And to kind of give a secondary approach to that is, if you don't feel comfortable or confident in managing that internally, then recognize there's lots of consultants that will support you in doing so. So you could hire a consultant, an individual who has a lot of experience both on the operation side and now on the tech side. I've seen so many of them, so many awesome people do that today, and they'll support you through that process. Right, take an hour out of your month, and in the best case scenario, you have vetted and found a technology that will really support you immediately, and especially so moving to the future. And worst case scenario is, you spent a few hours and it didn't work. So that would be my takeaway, is just try to find innovation.
Yeah, never know until you try, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, before we let you go, Adam, we do like to give our guests a few rapid fire questions. So if you got a minute, I'd love to hit you with a few quick ones here.
Let's do it.
But what makes you the most energized about the work you're doing right now? It's easy to see that you're passionate about it, but what's driving that?
What's driving that is, coming from industry, I saw so much struggle between when construction finished and handoff into asset management, and then into that asset management, facility management. If something goes wrong, which of course is inevitable, the lack of information, the lack of ability to find how to resolve things from the construction data. So what really energizes me is thinking, all right, at some time soon, there's going to be this standard of technology that's going to simplify and better manage this critical documents, this critical data, for all of the end users to feel that outcome, right? What I mean by that is, all of us are, have involvement with a workplace, a home, an apartment, restaurant, social settings, infrastructure, schools, et cetera, et cetera. So I envision a scenario where projects are built on time and on budget. Solutions of existing properties are resolved in a much quicker and more efficient pace, all because of that tech backbone that's going to be a standard in the industry. So that kind of future outlook excites me, is everybody feeling the impact of real estate technology.
Yeah, agreed. And how about another one being, any mentors who helped you get to where you are today?
Totally, yeah. So I got two mentors to point out. One is my first boss when joining the industry. He really taught me. I think it's really neat, and it applies to really probably any industry, any position, is how to question all sides and all answers and all scenarios, to the degree where you understand why people are giving you the answers that they are, and you therefore also understand where to push back or find more information if you feel that those answers aren't correct. So it's kind of this concept of value engineering in the industry, is gathering this pool of information and understanding how to disperse it, or where to disperse it, where to question, where to gather more backup information. So that was a really neat learning takeaway for me in my career there. And then the second, I gotta give a shout out to my dad, who managed to have an awesome career in business, have an awesome career in philanthropy, and also, of course, build a family. So he's my other inspiration on the kind of personal, but also all of the sides.
Absolutely. Last question. Where do you think firms struggle the most with tech adoption?
So I think, I think it might be a twofold answer. One is that perception that I believe today is dated, that I touched on before in terms of, legacy product giving you a difficult to understand solution at a very high price point. So I think that, needs to shift, needs to change and understand that, new tech exists that's breaking that friction. So I think that tends to be one friction point. And the second friction point is also something that I was alluding to in the takeaways, right? In the action items is if you're a company and you don't feel that you have the internal capability of vetting and implementing solutions, then look for that external support, look for that consultant who will really manage it for you, especially when looking to new technology that is simple to implement and cost effective.
Yeah, I like that. Now, Adam, before we let you go, I gotta ask you, this is the Building Bite, that's building insurance technologies with the experts. You are today's expert. Where are you taking the bite out of today? It's a place near dear to me, New York City. But there's a ton of places. So what's your favorite spot?
Yeah, there's so many places. I'm gonna give a shout out to a spot that's nearby my home called North Miznon. It's on 72nd Street, in between Columbus and Amsterdam, if I'm remembering that exactly correctly. It's an Israeli Mediterranean cuisine, like pretty casual, I'll call it, but great for all meals. So you got your breakfast, lunch, dinner, really just fun environment, fun way of serving dishes, really good food. I'll recommend that spot.
Awesome. I gotta get there next time I'm down. Well, Adam, thank you so much for chatting with us today. If our listeners want to hook up with you, where should they find you at?
Super active on LinkedIn. Find me there. Adam Stark. Also, our website, Jet.Build. That's .build, not .com, right? So it took the .build instead of .com. But those would be the two spots. Yeah, find me on LinkedIn or our website for sure.
All right. Well, Adam, thank you so much for joining us, and hope we'll have you on in the near future.
Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate the time.
Thank you for listening to The Building Bite. This podcast has been brought to you by Proactive. Check us out on thebuildingbite.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on social media for all future The Building Bite news and updates. You can also find us on your favorite apps, including Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Amazon. If you have ideas for episode topics that we should cover on the show, or you know somebody who would be a perfect guest, let us know at connect@thebuildingbite.com.